Hello everyone and welcome to the course on materials management. In this lecture, we will cover a short topic that is cost involved in management of materials. Now basically in management of materials, there are 5 costs are involved. The first one is ordering cost, holding cost, shortage cost, capacity costs and spoilage costs. So let us start one by one. The first cost is ordering costs, also known as setup costs, and are essential costs incurred every time you place an order. All right. So the example may include clerical costs of preparing purchase such as invoice processing, accounting, and communication cost. If you are making any phone calls for ordering, so that may come under your clerical costs. So next is in the same example, that is cost of finding suppliers or expediting orders. So if you are in the process of finding suppliers, so you will have to call them, right? So that will come under cost of finding suppliers. And again, if you call for expediting your orders, again it will come under this category. Then you may have transportation costs, the cost of moving goods to the warehouse or store. These costs are highly variable across different industries and items. Again, transportation costs are dependent on the geographical locations of your store, warehouses, or distribution centers or your manufacturing facility. Then receiving costs. These include costs of unloading goods at the warehouse and inspecting them to make sure they are correct items and free of defects, right? So you have ordered some items and supplier has sent them, but you have to check against quantity as well as quality. So it is basically the receiving costs. Then suppose if the quantity or quality is not as per your standards or requirement, you have to reject it. So again, that rework cost also comes under this receiving cost. So similarly, the cost of electronic data exchange interchange. These are the systems used by large businesses and especially retailers, which allow ordering process costs to significantly reduce. Right? The next type of cost is holding cost. It is also called as carrying costs, inventory holding cost or inventory carrying costs. So for example, it may be inventory financing costs. This includes everything related to investment made in inventory, including costs like interest on working capital. So financing cost can be complex depending on the businesses. Then opportunity cost of the money invested in inventory, right? Suppose you have purchased, let us say 1,000 components of something. So you are basically putting your money into it, right? So that is the opportunity cost, that you may invest this money into some different thing, but you have not done so. And you are investing it into purchasing this lot, right? So that is opportunity cost of the money. Then again, while storing the items, you will require the storage space. So again, storage space cost will also come under holding costs. So in this storage space cost, these are nothing but costs like lighting, heating and ventilation if required, depreciation and property taxes are also included. Then inventory service costs. This includes the cost of physical handling of goods as well as insurance, security and IT hardware and applications if these are used. So expenses related to inventory control and cycle counting are further examples. Then in holding cost, we have inventory risk costs. So a major cost is a shrinkage, which is a loss of products between purchasing from the supplier and final sale due to any number of reasons. It may be a theft, it may be a vendor fraud, or shipping errors, or damage in transit or storage, right? The main example is of dead stock that is not moving, right? So this is inventory risk costs, which comes under holding costs. The third type of cost is shortage costs. So these costs are also called as stock out cost. Means some per if the customer places an order of say 1,000 units in your company, but you are only having, let us say, 800. So this remaining 200 units which you are not able to fulfill. So these are nothing are termed as shortage cost, right? So what does stock out costs or shortage cost include? So it is disrupted production. That is when the business involves producing goods as well as selling them. A shortage will mean the business will have to pay for things like idle workers, right? And factory overheads, even when nothing is being produced. Then another example could be emergency shipments. For retailers, stockouts could mean paying extra to get a shipment on time or changing suppliers, right? Similarly, customer loyalty and reputation. Besides from the loss of business from the customers who go elsewhere to make purchases, the company takes a hit to customer loyalty and reputation when their customers are unhappy, right? So there is a possibility that you may lose your customer because the customer is approaching you for your product and you are not having it. So definitely it will affect a customer's loyalty. The next types of cost is capacity costs. Now the capacity cost is incurred when a business or other organization spends money in order to expand operations or increase production capacity. Right? For example, if you are if you can produce with the existing facility only 1,000 units per day, for example, in one shift, right? So if you want to increase the production capacity, you change this shift to two shifts. So means you are now producing 2,000 per day, right? So this is the capacity cost for required for increasing production capacity. So capacity costs are expenditures made to provide a certain volume of goods or services to the customer. For example, a company may operate a production line on three shifts in order to provide goods to its customers in a timely manner. Each successive shift constitutes an incremental capacity cost. If the company wishes to reduce its cost structure, it can eliminate a shift, though doing so reduces its capacity, right? This cost may include items such as lease agreements on larger facilities, purchase and depreciation of new equipment, as well as increased costs to operate and maintain those larger or newer assets, right? So this everything comes under capacity costs. And the last type of cost is spoilage cost. Perishable inventory stock can rot or spoil if not sold in time. So controlling inventory to prevent spoilage is essential. Perishability is a concern for many industries such as food and beverage, pharmaceutical, healthcare, cosmetics, all of which are affected by expiration date. So you may have seen that there is expiration date in a pharmaceutical products or use by date in your daily products, dairy products as well. You have your use by date. The spoilage not only costs money but also means you fail to realize a return on your initial investment, right? So these are the various types of costs involved in the management of materials. I hope you have understood this part. So if you have any queries, you can comment below. So thank you for watching the video and have a nice day.